welcome back to the 8th episode of this series. What if you want to pick up or throw things? This, unsurprisingly, requires physics. Don't worry, you won't have to do any calculus, this only requires a simple understanding of a few components. Create a small cube. On that cube, search for pickup and add VRC pickup. You should now see that there are two components added, a rigid body and a VRC pickup. A pickup in VRChat requires 3 to 4 components. A rigid body, which calculates physics, a collider, which allows the collider to collide with other colliders, a VRC pickup so you can grab or use the object in VRChat, and then VRC object sync, which is optional, but it allows the object to be synced between players. Because each synced object must have an owner, Pickupables look fine in your hand, but look laggy if they were last held by another player. If you enable is Kinematic, your object will only be able to be moved by a player interacting with it. It will not collide with other objects, although other dynamic objects will collide with it, and will not have physical forces applied to it. This is a popular setting for pillows. Physics materials give objects more realistic physical properties. You can add them to the colliders of your pickupable objects to make them more believable. You can find a set of them available through the Unity 2018 standard assets. If you have multiple of the same pickupable objects, you'll want to enable GPU instancing on their materials. This reduces the number of draw calls and increases performance. You can use multiple colliders for more accurate collision. For example, with my bottle prefab, which you can find on my booth, I started with a box collider which I scaled down on the X and Z axes. You can scale in both the positive and negative direction of an axis by holding Alt. Then I added a capsule collider and then shrunk it down until it aligned with the bottle. This allows the bottle to roll but also stand up if placed on its top or bottom. Note that you'll only be able to grab the first collider that appears in the inspector. That's it for this episode. In the next lesson, I'll cover VRChat prefabs like video players and pens.